Welcome back to Bowl TV for the quarterfinals of the winners bracket here at the 2016 USBC Senior Masters. We're live at Sam's Town Bowling Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Matt Cannizzaro. I promise he's here, folks, working diligently as we prepare for another round of coverage here on Bowl TV. Get you a quick recap of the winners and elimination bracket. Now down to 24 players total. Had 8 eliminated last round. Only 8 players remain in the winners bracket. We have 2 of the matches right now. 19 and 20 are defending champion Leto Monticelli taking on Andy Nyer. 21 and 22, Paul McCordick, we saw him last match defeat Chris Warren. He's taking on Joe Goldstein Sr. There was no recondition of the lanes during our brief break, so this is the burn from today's opening round. Players got 10 minutes of practice as well leading up to this.
Aaron, our right side pair, 21 and 22. That match earlier today was Pete Weber against Alvin Liu. Pete shooting 700 again for the 3rd consecutive round to stay undefeated. So this pair got pretty nice for him. And we'll see if Mr. Goldstein can benefit from that. Paul McCordick, the left-hander, left side will be fresh for him. And he bowled on our other pair, 19 and 20, in a victory this morning over Chris Warren. So Paul had 669 on 19 and 20. We'll see what he can do with this fresh 40-foot pattern on 21 and 22 that's been just sitting there waiting for him for a little while. And then Nyer now on 19 and 20. We'll see if Paul was able to make that nice for him as he takes on our defending champ.
Does look like we have the bracket updated after this last round. You can find the bracket in the description area below the video along with live scoring. Of course on bowl.com/Senior Masters, the 2016 results tabs, both of those there. Nyer earned his spot here after defeating Eric Forkel 655 to 607. We'll do the winners bracket first, so the folks who fell in today's opening round moving to the elimination side of the bracket. And Leto defeated Michael Lucente 662 to 569. Dave Arnold defeated Brian Voss in a close match. We turned the cameras over for that, 612 to 605. Arnold now will take on Jack Jurek, who defeated Johnny Petraglia 665 to 616. On the other side of the bracket, we got to our match on 21 and 22. We saw McCordick defeat Chris Warren 669 to 575. Goldstein defeated Ron Moore 621 to 584 to earn his spot here. Patrick Shipley defeated Mike Scroggins 625 to 599. He's now facing off against PDW, who we saw in the opening round defeat Alvin Liu 706 to 602. So there's the winners bracket. Scrolling a little bit further down on the elimination side. Joseph Petrovich defeated Sam Macaron, 627 to 514. Joseph now facing off against Voss. Eddie Graham, 617 over Skip Wolf, 608. Graham taking on Petraglia. Junichi Yajima, our 2016 Super Senior Classic champion, defeated Tommy Martin, 670 to 586. Junichi will take on Eric Forkel. Walter Ray, 782 over Sam Ventura, 661. The 2014 champion now will take on Michael Lucente. Rick Steele-Smith defeated Billy Langford, 749 to 688. Steele-Smith will take on Alvin Liu. Parker Bone, our top seed through qualifying, 653 to 618 over Stony Baker. Pair of left-handers now will be going at it on 37 and 38, Parker and Mike Scroggins. Lenny Borsch holds off Sam Lantos, 674 to 637. Lenny's next opponent, Ron Moore. And last but not least, Norm Duke fired a 299 on his way to an 812 series, defeated Jerry Brunetti Jr. 812 to 678. Duke will take on Chris Warren. The Shipley-Weber match, two pairs to our left. Arnold and Jurek, two pairs to our right. Question in the chat about Andy Nyer, and did capture one title on the PBA Tour. He's the 1994 Bud Light Hall of Fame and Championship winner. Now squaring off against the 20-time National Tour titleist, Amleto. Some trouble in frame at number 6. Amleto had a scare in his very first match here yesterday, bowling against Scott Greiner. Greiner finished up first, put the pressure on, and Leto needed to double. If he would have gone strike 9 spare, he would have lost by a single pin. The Hall of Famer did Hall of Fame things just like that. Delivered the double, added one more in the 10th to finish it off for a 651 to 641 victory. It's been on cruise control ever since. Johnny Petraglia starting with the front 6. His elimination match against Eddie Graham. Petraglia connected on all 12 yesterday in his second round match against Norm Duke. Ended up winning 790 to 742. Petraglia now in the elimination bracket along with Duke. Parker Bone III also starting off with a string of strikes against Mike Stroggins. Front 7 for him. Ron Moore, 6 in a row to start.
I said these guys are finally waking up. Norm Duke out to the hot start this morning with 299. And the early riser, clearly. But now, as things get exciting and crunch time comes along, big shots being thrown, strings of strikes.
Better shot there in frame number 7 from Amleto. Crossed over on that lane in the 5th. Unable to get the 10 out. Kordic sent a messenger. His last shot breaks up any trouble, just leaves the 610. He was working on a double. Looks like Ron Moore, the only player to keep that string of strikes going. And as soon as I said that, the live scoring popped up as 6th in the 8th frame for him. So players off to good starts. Once again, 3 games total pinfall determines the winner. All folks on the blue screens if you're looking on live scoring in the winners bracket, so no one will be eliminated from those just yet. Just makes it a little bit tougher road to the stepladder finals tomorrow morning, 1 p.m. Eastern here on Bowl TV. Great shot there from Nair, having to stare down an 8-pin. What'd you do to lane 22, Matt? All right, all better now. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Maybe?
We're getting there.
See if Joe can make a run here. We just saw Amleto pick up a version of this split Back in the 6th frame. Joe unable to do so. Finds himself down early against Paul.
Disaster for Imleto in the 9th. So this match just about even, but the foundation frame, Nair delivering, Imleto big 4. So he'll be down after one game, potentially. It's not over yet, of course. Gives it a run, gets 1. Loses the count on the strike as well. Max score for him at 206. Nair can get to 228. He does not get the first one. We have a potentially 2-pin match. So Amleto delivers the first one. McCordick clean through 9 and building a nice lead over Goldstein. And Leto, all 3 in the 10th for 206. Nair an opportunity to build a lead here after 1. And high flush gets the 8 to go. Nice break there, so have a few pin advantage here at least. Things not going well here for Goldstein. The washout in the 10th, he can get to 168. and unable to pick up the washout for a 157 start. So McCordick, big opportunity here in the 10th as Nyer defeats or leads Little Monticelli 214-206 after one game. Little, of course, looking to become the first repeat winner since 2007. Tom Baker back-to-back 06-07.
Seen Amleto go through a few different ball choices here. Attempting to find the right look. There's some big splits there in game one, but only down 8 pins. Late trip of the 10. Paul McCordick going to be in the 220s. Just going to have a quick chat with Jim Callahan prior to the fill ball. Always a good opportunity to try something different in preparation. You're staying on the same pair of lanes. With Paul, left side. Even though this is the second round, this 40-foot oil pattern has been contested on. Left side relatively fresh. No traffic there in our first match. 223, 157. So 60 plus. Paul McCordick has just been cruising along here on Bull TV this morning. Was on 1920 during our first round today. Built up an early lead against Chris Warren and really never had to worry much after that. Just kind of on cruise control. Warren never really got the strikes piling up. Once again, a big thanks to everyone joining us here on Bull TV. Definitely see some familiar names in the chat who have been here all week, so we appreciate the continued support, as do these competitors. Showcasing the top players age 50 and older here at the 2016 USBC Senior Masters. Nyer eliminates that 8-pin. Had one of those stand for him last game on lane 20, so gets the hit here to to make it 3 in a row. Leto gets that one way right. Gets back to the head pin, but leaves some trouble. 8-10. Takes the one, and we'll look to regroup at the halfway point of game 2. Goldstein just having a hard time getting things going here on 21 and 22. It's already down 60 plus to start this game. Looking at a big 4 in the third. After 279 in the opener, building a big lead against Mike Scroggins. Parker Bone the third, front 6 here in game 2. It's over on 37 and 38. After 189 in the opener, Patrick Shipley looking to gain some ground back against Pete Weber. Paul McCordick throwing pins everywhere. Bright and early on a Saturday morning. Great shot, Andy Nyer. Making Pennsylvania proud. Put together a solid performance halfway through his match against Amleto Monticelli. Patrick Shipley makes it 7 in a row against Pete Weber. Weber shot 247 in the opener. Found an early open in the third. He's working on a double on the 6th and 7th, but Shipley getting himself right back in this match. He's stepping up for his 8th frame right now. You can see the ball go down the lane over on 15 to your far left. Judging by the applause, he got the 10 out. Amleto converts the spare, but at the moment in a little bit of trouble here. Andy Nair has been cool, calm, and collected against the defending champion. Shaping up for a great game 3. Patrick Shipley, left of your screen, looking for 9 consecutive strikes. He connects. Nair making some big time shots here. Matt Cannizzaro ready to start maneuvering if Shipley keeps striking. He does, 10 in a row. You'll want to check out the Sport of Bowling on Facebook, the official page of USBC. I already have one video up there from today. Norm Duke fired 299 on his way to an 812 series. Matt gonna have another video to add here. Shipley gets it. That is on lane 15. So Matt in position. We'll have this video up on the page. Will it be 300 though? Leto takes care of the knife and can still get to 235 this game. Nair, however, 268 still available. It looks like 297 from Patrick Shipley. Well-deserved round of applause. It's a high five from PDW. So that's going to be a very close match if Weber throws all three in the 10th. He got the first one.
Another great shot there by McCordick. He is rolling here again. This pair, first round, featured Pete Weber and Alvin Liu, both right-handed. So Paul McCordick having the left side to himself here on 21 and 22, and he's got the front 7 now.
That match between Shipley and Weber essentially going to be tied up after 2. Weber delivers a double trouble from Andy Nyer, though, here in frame 10. Not only loses some count, but see if he can get the washout, and Cordick's string of strikes comes to an end, but no 7-10. Andy gets 4, gives away a lot of pins there. I was thinking 260s to step up. And now Amleto can actually gain some pins back. Andy's still going to have the lead heading into the last game, but could be a lot more.
So one less coat of paint on those pins. McCordick will be looking at an open frame there, but converts a 7-pin. And a sizable lead here, with just over a game to go. Amleto unable to capitalize on the Nyer miscue there. So he's going to have some work to do in game 3 to stay undefeated and continue the easier route. I say none are particularly easy, but make his work towards 2 in a row a little bit easier.
On his way to the title last year, I'm fairly confident Amleto had to make his way through the elimination bracket. Had some very close matches along the way before eventually settling into the stepladder and defeating Pete Weber twice to win the title. Do feature a true double elimination format even in the stepladder. Top seed gets that top seed by not losing the entire way. So got to win twice. 231 to 213, 445 to 419 overall in the match.
Well, Aaron, last year Amleto advanced to that 4-player shootout round and shot 300 to earn the number 3 seed for the stepladder. So some big scores in that match. Amleto had 779, but had a little bit of drama along the way and made it interesting. Then, of course, defeating Weber twice, that much more rewarding.
Nyer hands up in the air after that one, saying, wish I would have done that one shot earlier.
Looks like Amleto might be wearing the same shirt from his win last year right now, so maybe his lucky jersey. The Venezuelan colors. Looking to find his way back to have that opportunity.
Need to throw the ball well, but you need some breaks to go your way too to make it through these 3-game matches, and Leto shreds everything there. doesn't get the hit, you see Paul McCordick run a little bit high and have everything tumble.
And Leto down 26. Gonna need to step it up here in game number 3. McCordick cruising.
With the spare, he'll be at 490 after 2. Goldstein can get to 366, so gonna be well over 100 pin advantage for McCordick. One of the super seniors in the field. Paul, a few years north of 60, but throwing strikes like a young kid today. Great shot by Nair, early 3-bagger. Definitely the best way not to let your opponent back into it. Just keep striking. Weber 4 in a row to start game 3 against Patrick Shipley. Shipley held a 2-pin advantage. 4 Shipley, start with a spare, double, 8 spare in the 4th. Delivered a strike in the 5th. Great shot from Leto. Our other winner's bracket match. Dave Arnold, slight advantage, 8 pins ahead of Jack Jurek, 424 to 416. That's a few pairs. To our right.
Pete Weber getting fired up, getting the crowd going here as he jumps into the lead in that match.
Something he's never done before.
He's having a pretty consistent couple of days of match play here, shooting 700 in all 3 of his matches and on his way to a 4th consecutive. Neyer's run of strikes ends at 3. He leads by 26 coming into this game. Kordic, no trouble here. Just needs to throw good shots, stay clean. Nyer back-to-back spares, and Leto an opportunity here to close the gap. Working on 3 in a row.
Difference was 26 heading into game 3. A few more strikes here from Amleto. Keep the pressure on.
Here,
Takes
these
care
are
of business.
no doubters when he gets lined up. I mean, the last 2 were just packed solid. That one a little bit faster ball speed and mixed them up nicely. Got ourselves quite the match on 19 and 20. Kordic very comfortable on 21 and 22.
Make it 5 in a row for Amleto. Once again, our featured matches here behind 19 through 22, all in the winner's bracket. Pete Weber getting dirty.
See if Nyer's affected by that. He was on the approach. Weber ended up 2 lanes away. Was high again on lane 20. 6-pin last time. And it leaves the 10. Could have been worse. But Amleto already erasing half the deficit. And working on a string.
I think Pete wants this one, Mr. Cannizzaro.
I think Pete wants them all. No, for him, long career, longer than my lifetime even. That's a pretty long time.
That's true, you're up there.
Never has won the Masters. Actually, Dick Weber never won the Masters either. So that was one that kind of eluded them. And then the Senior Masters in 2013. A pretty emotional win for Weber. And then absolutely dominated both Masters in Green Bay last year. Made the step ladder at the regular Masters in February. Led every round and earned the #1 seed for the Senior Masters before falling twice to Amleto. But with the 4 wins already this year, coming up a little bit short for #5. A lot of motivation there for PDW. Now he's got the front 8. But Amleto hoping to be in his way. A little slower speed there, got it wide right, made it back.
Pins are dancing on that one.
So Amleto definitely with some room on 19 and 20.
It's looking like Patrick Shipley running out of frames here. Obviously Weber having the front 8. Shipley can max out 235. Not much you can do when your opponent's striking like that. So it looks like Shipley will have a little bit longer road to go here.
Well, not too much longer. There's only 24 players left. And we're going to say goodbye to a few more here very shortly. And Leto with the 7-bagger.
In charge of his own destiny here.
Pete Weber front 9. I'm scared to go down there. Every time somebody's been close to 300, Pete Weber sees me coming and jokes with me a little bit about being the black cloud, bad news coming. And now he's the guy. I'm gonna go down there. I guarantee you, he will say something to me.
You'll have to hide, Matt.
All in good nature, of course. This match in hand. He's already gonna be in the 260s. He's not wasting any time. Gets the 10th one. I'm gonna go down there and see what he says.
All right, good
luck. If he
luck,
yells
Matt.
at me, I may not come back.
All right, we'll hope Mr. Weber is kind. Big time shot coming up here for Andy Nyer. Needs it. I think we need a re-rec on 21. Gonna go out on a limb and say that. Weber connects for 11. Talk about a comeback after watching your opponent shoot 297 the game before. Give it right back with 11 in a row of your own. Pete Weber going to be in the semifinals. What's going on here on 21? Some interesting leaves. And Leto's going to regroup from this. Weber delivers 300 game, 784 in the win against Patrick Shipley. Well-deserved round of applause for the Hall of Famer. .702 max score for Andy Nyer. Max score for Amleto, 709 if he is able to punch out. So Amleto holds his fate in his hands. He is waiting on lane 21, so we're at standstill at the moment. Did Pete yet? Matt Canzaro not on the headset yet. Just seeing if he seems to be okay. Pete delivers the 300. So 21 and 2. We got the pins up. Got a pin in the gutter. Not sure if they're going to clear that out. So Amleto stepping up a frame number 9. Throw the next 3 to shut out. Got that one in off his hand compared to where he got those last few, which mixed him up. Runs high, leaves the 9. So just like that, Amleto goes from having the opportunity to shut out to Andy Nyer having the chance to step over the 10th and win, regardless of what Amleto does here. Paul gets rid of the deadwood. That will not count towards his score. Amleto's max now 688. He's gonna have to hustle. Gets back, but doesn't get out to 10. Andy Nyer is going to need a mark to advance now. Send our defending champion to the elimination bracket. Always strikes on the fill ball, 677 with a 258 finish for Amleto. Nyer needs a mark. Pete Weber, Paul McCordick already going to be in the final four. Andy Nyer says, make me number 3. That's going to be enough. Andy Nyer knocking off the defending champion. Getting fired up after that one. Got the one that he needed. With the spare, it would be a 689 to 677 victory. .688, 677, the official total. Nyer will take on the winner of Dave Arnold versus Jack Jurek. Pete Weber versus Paul McCordick will be our other semifinal match. Anybody's game on 25 and 26 between Jurek and Dave Arnold. Jurek with an open in the 9th frame can shoot 200. That would get him to 616. Max score for Dave Arnold, 623. Saw Dave Arnold throw 2 big strikes in the 10th. Last game to defeat Brian Voss to get here. He's going to need to perform in the 10th once again. Jurek gets the first one. We'll switch over to that camera with this match in hand at the moment. There's Jack Jurek. Up on the approach, second shot of the 10th. 9-pin. 2014 runner-up. Can get to 606 now. Gets the spare. So 606 in the books for Jurek. Dave Arnold needs a strike. Attempting to do the math there. Missed his approach, but didn't need the strike. 9 spare strike would have been 602. Trips the 2. So now just needs count. To advance to face Andy Nyer. That's going to be enough. Dave Arnold. Make it into the final 4. .612 to 606, the final tally. Arnold over Jurek. So, Matt, if you looked at this field and you got down to the final 4, how many folks? I bet a lot would have Pete Weber, but definitely some talented players in there. But I don't know if I'd call them underdogs, but maybe a little bit under the radar. Andy Nyer, Paul McCordick, and Dave Arnold.
Definitely not unfamiliar names, and some kind of new to the age 50 plateau, but entertaining nonetheless. Dave Arnold stepping up twice, huge. We'll see, we're no shortage of excitement and drama and some storylines here, so looking forward to what's up next. Paul McCordick wrapping things up here against Joe Goldstein.
698 to 559, the final tally.
So now McCordick and Weber are going to face off here, and the winner guaranteed a shot at the #1 seed. So we'll have just 2 more winners bracket matches, and then 2 winners this round go on and pull for the #1 seed, and the loser in that match will be #2. So big match coming up. And then the losers headed towards that elimination shootout at the end of the day. So many things can happen, and we're going to have it all for you here live on Bowl TV. Our next round is at 1 p.m. of the winners bracket, according to our schedule here on Bowl.com. And the elimination bracket as well, so the lane's going to be re-oiled here, so we can get ready for that in just over an hour. And with that, we're going to step aside here, let the lane crew do its thing, let the players get some rest, and we'll be back with you for the next round of the USBC Senior Masters coming up in just over an hour. That's 1 p.m. local time here in Las Vegas, and 4 p.m. on the East Coast for those of you keeping tabs. Thanks for giving us part of your Saturday, and we'll see you shortly here at Sam's Town Bowling Center in Las Vegas.